We are studying IGCSE English and we are studying note making. Note making 1. Now, what is note making first? Note making. What is this? Well, this part right here comes under reading and analysis skills. What does that mean? This means that you have to be able to, let's say, organize, identify and organize information. How do we do it? I'll tell you in a second. Let's first start with a question. Now, over here, the first part is, Lula, read the question.
Read the article about migration birds which fly between different parts of the world and then complete the notes.
Okay, so migrating birds, that's what it is about. Okay, fly between different parts of the world. Okay, now we can't really solve this question here without reading this here. It's not possible. So first read this part. The first step is, I'll write the method here. First step is read the questions. What are they asking you? Now, Safa, read this. Well, don't read this part. That's not important. Important is these parts. Start reading.
Reasons why some birds fly from Africa to Northern Europe at certain times of the year.
Now, Zahra, what do you think is a key word here? Any important words you can see in this question? That's the second thing. Underline important words. I'll tell you the first one. The first one is why some birds fly from Africa to Northern Europe. Let's take it smaller. This part, that's a very specific location. And why do they do it at certain times of year? At certain times. Now, Lula, read the next one.
How birds find their way when they are migrating.
Okay, so the key word is how birds find their way. Next, so Zahra, read the question. All right, all right.
Can you repeat the question?
The question is read the point 13, this one. Read it out loud.
Challenges for birds when they're migrating.
Migrating, so challenges, that's the key word. Now the rest of the thing does not matter, not much. This is what we're focusing on, the first reading. So the method here is, method 1, read question. Second step is underline keywords. Third step is read first time and underline, or let's say identify keywords. The same keywords in, let's say, in first reading. Let's rewrite this. Identify keywords in first reading. Then always you have to read it twice. Once is never enough. So organize points in second reading. The underlining is a key skill. Always have a pencil with you and underline whatever you feel is important. Let's start. First paragraph. Now, Zahra, read quickly.
With their green,
Sir, I have a question.
Ask me.
Oh, the methods that you just listed are used in what?
In note making. Note making, just a second. We're doing note making right now. So this method is for note making. Is that clear?
Yes.
So method of note making. Note making is basically done when you have an article given and you have to write some notes. Okay, complete the notes. This question is always going to be there. That's called note making. Now start reading, Zara. One thing I need to tell you is, in the exam, you'll not be getting a lot of time. So how much time should you spend on each question? Zahra, any guesses?
15 or 10.
15 minutes?
On each
Well, okay,
question
look.
or whole?
Yeah, each question.
No, 5.
So look, you'll be getting exactly 60 minutes, or not 2 hours. That's the time you're getting. Okay. Now I want you to spend only, so you have 1 hour for that, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, only 15 minutes on this. How many minutes? 15 minutes. Is that clear? Out of 2 hours, 15 minutes goes here. You can add plus minus 5 minutes. Or maximum is 15 minutes, forget that. So if you're reading it twice, reading the question should not take you more than a minute. That should be like 30 seconds. Underlining keywords, again, all of this should be in 30 seconds. Time is the only problem in English, and a few more things. This should be about 5 minutes. Then this should be 5 minutes. Is that clear? Any questions, ask me.
No, sir.
Let's start. Now I'm going to give you a timer on the screen, and let's see how much time it takes us to read through it. Fine. Now, the first time I want you to read from here to here. Let's start. Just a second. Yep. Start. Zara, read.
With their green-brown backs and pale yellow chest, willow warblers are fairly ordinary-looking birds, yet every year they do something extraordinary. Between August and October, they live in Northern Europe and fly over 8,000 kilometers to the central tropical regions of Africa. Then between March and May, they fly all the way back to where they came from in order to breed, and at the same time to feed on the insects that are available during the summer months in Northern Europe.
Now, the first point was why some people fly. Why some birds fly from Africa to Northern Europe? Why? That's the key reason. They're asking for reasons why. So let's see if any reasons are here. It doesn't matter if the answer is here or not. But what do we think is important? Now, Lula, I want you to tell me if there's anything you find important in this paragraph. Should I tell you what is important?
Yes.
Okay, look. Now they're asking us reasons why the birds migrate. And the first paragraph, let's do the first sentence. They're just saying they're green looking, pale yellow. We don't care about that. Nobody is asking us that. The only thing they're asking is how birds find their way, what are the challenges, and why they migrate. So we don't care about any of this. We don't care about any of that. None of that matters. Fine. But what matters? If you look over here, between August and October, they leave Northern Europe and fly 8,000 kilometers to central tropical regions. So we can, let's say, we can underline these words here. But the thing is, the main point here is actually this one. Why do they do it? They do this in order to breed and at the same time to feed on insects that are available during summer months in the Northern Europe. So we underline this quickly in the exam. In order to breed and to feed in Northern Europe. This is the key point. I think that's the only thing we have here. Now let's move on. Next paragraph. Lula, read. The rest of you also read in your mind, and I'll be asking the other ones for what I have to underline. I will not be underlining. You have to. Lula, start.
Like all birds that migrate over long distance, willow warblers are born knowing which route they need to take, but the journey they make are often extremely difficult. Getting from Europe to Central Africa, for example, involves flying across deserts and particularly the Saharas. Many other birds that migrate face similar problems. They also have to deal with crossing seas, the Mediterranean in the case of the willow warbler.
Okay. So now, like all birds which migrate over long distances, are born knowing which route they need to take. Okay. So born knowing which route they need to take. How does this relate? How birds find their way. Now, one thing you need to know is there's nothing wrong in underlining anything that's anything wrong. Okay, you can underline whatever you feel is important. If you want to underline the whole paragraph, do that. No worries. That's how you start. Okay. Now, Zahara and Safa, tell me what should I underline here?
Sir, for the first question,
Or let's say for the first question, yes. Why birds fly from Africa to Northern Europe? Is there anything on this about that? Luna, what do you think? Well, I'll save the trouble. No, we have nothing about from there in this paragraph. Now, what do you think about the second point, challenges for birds and how birds find their way? About
so
these, do you
there's,
think anything is important? Yeah,
yeah, for them it's very difficult to travel from Europe
extremely
to
difficult. Okay. What else? Underline.
flying across deserts.
Flying across deserts. Fine. What else?
And they migrate faces similar problems.
Face similar problems. Other birds also face similar problems. But what are these problems? Now, so far, they're trying to find what problems.
They
The
also
question
have
is,
to deal with crossing seas.
they also have to deal with crossing seas. So, okay, that's fine. And crossing
Sir, what
seas.
exactly willow warblers is?
Say that again.
What exactly willow warblers are these birds?
These are name of this is a name of bird.
Okay.
Name of bird. Now they don't care about which bird, they're just asking about birds. You can write about willow warbler, you can write about pigeons if there's in the question. Right? So dealing with crossing the sea are extremely difficult. Fine. Let's anything about how they find their way? Well, there's one more thing written here. They are born knowing which route they need to take. Perhaps it can be important, maybe not important. It doesn't matter. Underline. Next, Safa read. Niranjana, welcome to class. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Now, what are we doing? We're doing note making. You have to read after this, and you
Okay.
have to tell me what should I underline on this paragraph. These are the questions here. The first question is, why birds migrate? Second question is, how birds find way? Third question is, challenges birds face. Hurry up. Safa, read. From here.
Scientists estimate that about 40% of all bird species in the world migrate eventually. There are many different migration routes in different parts of the world. In the Americas, for example, many birds fly from Canada and the USA in the north to the tropical regions of certain and South America. Other birds move between the northernmost part of South America and the warmer countries further north like Colombia, Venezuela, and Costa Rica. These birds in the Americas, like birds in the other parts of the world, often follow coastlines to help them reach their destinations.
Now, quick, you have only 1 minute, and after that time is up. Whoever underlines something on the screen will get 1 point. Whoever underlines the correct point will get 2 points. Quick, start. What should I underline? So for every correct underlining, if you underline something and it is the correct point, then you'll get 1 mark.
Sir, show
It's
us
a-
the questions again, please.
Okay. Question 1, 2, 3. Ready? Now, should I show you the paragraph again?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's go here. Now tell me, what should I underline?
Okay, so how to
Now,
find a
not
way?
on the. Don't say it. What I want you to do is, I want you to tell me from where to where I should underline. Let's say if I want to underline from different till Americas, write these two words in the chat. Okay, so let's say if you want me to underline from scientist till parts, just write these two words in the chat. Fine?
Okay, sir.
Do that. Or actually forget that. Don't write in the chat, say it to me on the screen. Let's first start with whoever wants to say it. It's take your tries. So tell me what should I underline. Don't write it in the chat. Just say it to me.
How they find their way to to fly or to migrate is they from Canada to US and then from north to tropical regions. And then
Okay, that makes sense, right? So they just follow this route. They go to Canada, then USA, then tropical regions, Central and South America. Okay, fine. Anything else? Anyone else? What should I underline? Lura, Niranjana, Safa.
From other birds till
From
the
other
end of
words.
the
Okay. This one?
yes.
Okay, fine. Anything else that you think is important?
The first line.
The first line, okay. Anything else? Luna, Safa and Zara have given the suggestions. What about Luna and Niranjana?
I think that's all.
That's it, okay. Niranjana,
Yes, sir.
what is the time?
1 minute.
Not 1 minute. Just
Then?
answer the question.
Okay.
Now, answer the question, right? Everyone is doing that. You're asking me what? Everyone has to underline on the board. So pay attention. So is there anything I should underline on the screen? Okay, now,
So
Niranjana,
should we underline follow coastal lines to help them reach the destination, that thing?
yes, that thing. Fine. Now, from all of this, we've gotten these options. Okay. Now, one thing we need to realize is I'm going to give you some commentary here. How birds find their way. And over here, if you see is the birds in America, like other birds in the world, often follow coastlines to help them reach their destination. Does this not feel important to all of you? It is important, right? Why is this important? Because it's telling us how they reach, how they find way. How they find way? They follow coastlines. That's the key word. Follow coastlines. So how they find way? They find way by following coastline. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now let's move on. Niranjana, read the paragraph. Hurry up. Zahra, read.
In some ways,
In
migrating birds. Should I?
All right, Niranjana, continue.
In some ways, emerging words are incredibly. So what's it?
Migrating birds. are
Migrating
incredibly
birds are-
sophisticated.
So what's the meaning?
Sophisticated? Okay, I'll tell you. Write it in your notebook, all of you, this right vocabulary. Now, I want you to use this in your writing. That's the whole point of doing reading, so to get better at writing. Vocabulary, your word is sophisticated. Sophisticated means complex or advanced. Any questions? Write this in your notebook. Tell me when you're done. The first meaning. Any questions?
No, sir.
Next, let's continue. Now, next thing is, okay, Niranjana, read. The rest of you
Being
also read.
able to choose and direction, they should be traveling in from the position of the sun during the daylight hours. At night, they use the stars to do the same. They also have an amazing ability to save energy by making use of winds which blow them along. However, migrating birds still have a lot of problems to overcome. One of the most serious of that is that on the routes they follow, many nature feeding species have been destroyed. Places have been destroyed because humans have built on them.
However, migrating birds still face a lot of problems to overcome. Okay, what problems? The thing is, don't write this part, but find what problem, what challenge, what way are they using. It's all about what. It's not about not always about, let's say they tell you they find their way, but how do they find their way? That's what we're trying to find out. We're trying to find the reason. Now, one of the challenges we see here is one of the most severe or serious of these is that many natural feeding places have been destroyed because humans have built on them. Now, what are the key parts here? I'll underline for you from the beginning. For the first question, why birds migrate? We don't have anything here. They are not telling us why birds are migrating. They're just telling us that birds migrate. Now, after that, the next question is how birds find their way. If you look over here, they are able to judge the direction they should be traveling. Well, direction they should be traveling is the way, right? So they are able to judge the direction based on the position of the sun, the position of the sun, and they use the stars to do the same at night. So they use the stars. Fine. And the problems they have to face is many natural feeding places have been destroyed. So many natural feeding places have been destroyed. That's what problem they're facing. Any questions here?
No, sir.
Next, Safa, read.
So, sir,
Yes,
so
Zara.
it wasn't a challenge for them.
Say that again.
Migrating birds are incredibly sophisticated. So, isn't this a challenge for them?
Look, I'll tell you. This is not a challenge because migrating birds are incredibly sophisticated. They're not saying migrating is sophisticated. Migrating is not. The birds are sophisticated. It's like they're saying the birds which are migrating, वो बहुत ज़्यादा complex हैं, वो बहुत खूब हैं. That's what they're saying. What they mean is that the birds are very complex. So this is nothing about migration. It's all about the birds. It's like they're doing, let's say, what is the word? They're telling us something good about the word, which basically means compliment. It's a compliment. Compliment to birds. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Always look at the words which are describing migrating birds. Now we're not trying to find if migrating birds are sophisticated. We're trying to look at about migration. Okay, migrating. If the birds was not there, if the word was not there, then it would be a correct point. Migrating is really sophisticated, so we'll write that in the point. But they're talking about birds. That migrating birds are sophisticated. Next, read Safa. Lula, any questions?
No, sir.
In Northern Europe, when autumn comes and the day gets shorter and temperatures drop, many birds like the willow warbler move south to places where there is plenty of for them. Food is available for birds in the tropical region of Africa all year around. But if Africa is so good for birds, wouldn't it make sense for them to stay there all the time?
Okay. So in this, tell me anything important, Zara, Safa, Lula, Niranjana, tell me. What is important?
From when autumn comes, the day gets shorter and
Food is available in tropical regions of
Food
Africa.
is available. Okay. Okay, what else? Now, what I'll do is I'll try to use. Okay, yeah, continue. I'll number them based on the question. So, Safa, what do you think? For which question is this point important? When autumn comes and the days get shorter. Which question? About
Sir,
why birds migrate, how they find the way, or the challenges?
the challenges.
Challenges. Let's say question number 3. Okay, so I'll just write 3 over here. Okay. Lura, Zara, give me what should I underline? Niranjana, what point is food is available for birds? That should be question number 1. Why they migrate? Okay, that's 1.
To find good places for building nests.
Okay, so to find good places for building nests. Where is it?
Second paragraph.
No, we'll do that in a second. Anything here?
Okay.
Well, I
No.
think that's about it. Okay, they move from to where there's plenty of food for them. The food is available, so plenty of food for them. That's all we care about. So in this paragraph, they're telling us that food is there in Africa, and that is why birds travel. Also, what happens is that when autumn comes, days get shorter, temperature drops. That is why they also migrate. So let's move on. Now, Safa, read this paragraph with me. Or Safa has read it, Zara, read.
The fact is that fewer birds in northern Europe generally, therefore, in spring and summer, it is easier for migrating birds to find good places for building nests for their babies. This is important when birds have their young Europe is also safer for young birds than it would be in Africa, where there are a lot of other animals that might attack them. The problem with Northern Europe for many birds like the willow warbler is that they can't survive there in winter. The longer days during the summer are very good for them, however.
All right. So what do we understand from here? Anything important? Well, find good places for building nests. Yes. What else?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Ask me.
Sir, how can they end a sentence with however?
Okay. Now I've told you that linking words come at the beginning, right? Well, linking words can also come at the beginning, at the end of a sentence. Like this, you have a sentence, then you can put the linking word and end. Same thing. So if the however was over here, that would also make sense, right? But you can also put it at the end. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, anything important here? Well,
Long
to
days
find good
during-
places, yes, Safa?
Long days during the summer are quite good for them.
Okay, where?
The last line.
Yes, during are very good for them. That is very good. Now let's see which of these points are going to help us. I'm going to underline these with different colors. Now, yellow is for the challenges they face, I think. Or yellow is for finding the path. Let's change the color. This is why they migrate. Find good places, plenty of food. Okay. Then we also have long days during the summer are good for them. Then the other reasons are in order to breed, feed on insects. Okay. Anything else? Well, they're asking us for 3 points. Now, how many points do we have? How many points do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 points. So we have to choose from these. Now, I'll tell you that all of these are correct. Okay. So good job. Now, the next thing is we have how they find their way. They find their way by these reasons. Now, well, you have to choose which of these do you think you want to put in the paragraph. Okay. Now we have underlined all of this. Then for the challenges part, I will use the color blue. So many natural feeding places have been destroyed. Okay. Flying across desert, extremely difficult. Other birds also face the similar problems. They also have to deal with crossing seas. Well, I think that's it. That's all we have underlined. Now, all of these are not about. Okay, now, is there anything else you think we need to answer the questions? Let's start with the first question. Now, tell me, for the first question, which points do you think, which 3 points are important? Let's start with Zara. First question, why birds migrate?
So, sir, for the first question, with which color did you underline it?
Green.
Green. Okay.
Just a second.
So in order to breed, they have given the example already, right? So it's not important.
So in order to breed. Okay.
For food.
For food. Okay. One reason for food. What else?
To find good places to build their nest for their babies.
Okay. 2 points.
And long days during the summer is very good for them.
3 points are done. Okay. Now, Lula, I want you to check and tell me for the second question, what are good answers? What do you choose? You have to choose any 3 for the second question. How birds migrate? That's yellow. Lula, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, tell me. So from the yellow lines, the reasons for birds flying, which 3 do you think are most important?
To follow coastlines.
Follow coastlines. Okay.
A
1.
position of the sun.
Position of sun. What else?
And the one at the top at the first. Willow warblers are born knowing which route they need to take.
Fine. Okay. So we have 3 points here. Done. Now, Zafar, tell me which challenges are they facing? From the green lines, which do you think are most important?
They have to cross the seas,
Okay.
deal with the crossing seas.
Okay. Crossing seas. 1. What else?
And their journeys are often extremely difficult.
Okay. 2.
And the birds face similar problems.
3. Okay. Now, one thing, Safa, talk to me. Do you think what is more important? Other birds that migrate say face similar problems, or many natural feeding places have been destroyed. What do you think is more of a big challenge?
Many natural feeding places have been destroyed.
Okay, so I think we'll take that. Okay, you said flying across deserts. That's also correct. Now, from extremely difficult, and they also have to deal with crossing seas. What do you think is more important?
Crossing seas?
Crossing seas. So we have three options. Now you have to see which is more of a problem, right? We can't take any three. We have to now choose at the end of our, after underlining everything, we have to choose which is more important or which is more or a bigger problem. So the answers we have chosen for these, let's compare them to the mark scheme. Let's see if we've missed anything. Now, can you see this on the screen? Now tell me, Niranjana, which of these have we done? In the first question, I'll take. You muted, Niranjana, can you hear me? Lula, tell me which of the points have we done?
From part 1.
Part 1. This is the mark scheme from the book. So we have done feed on insects, plenty of food, we have done that. Fewer birds, we haven't done that though. Good place of building nests, we have done that. We haven't done this one, but we have done long days during summer. So 3 points are done. So now that means there are more points here than we missed some. We missed. What did we miss? What did we not underline? We did not underline, or you guys didn't tell me this one. Look, in Africa, there are a lot of animals which might attack them. So that is one more reason they want to go to from Africa to Europe. They go from Africa to Europe because in Africa a lot of the animals will attack them. Now one more reason is that yeah, there are less birds over there. Fine, but we have gotten 3 points, so that's good. Now in this one, born knowing which, okay, we have done that. Follow coastline, done that. Sun, done that. Stars, did we underline stars? Yes, we did underline, use the stars. So that's done. Now, Zahra, tell me which of these have we done?
One, flying across deserts, and Sahara, crossing seas. Yeah.
And also
next is feeding.
Feeding have been destroyed. Right, Safa, any questions?
No, sir.
Now, long distances over 8,000, which is right here, fly over 8,000. We missed that, but you got the 3 points, so that's no problem. Okay. Now, in this, I want to tell you a few things. Now, our job is to organize the points. How do we organize points? Based on importance. Okay. And how do you underline things? Underline whatever that feels important. Underline all that feels important. Now, there's nothing wrong in underlining too much, because when you check based on the importance, you will automatically get the most points. The only problem I think students face is they don't underline at all. Like us, we did not underline these, the first one. So if we had underlined more, then we could have chosen from this as well. So one thing is underline whatever you feel is important. Then after that, choose based on your importance. Now, I'm giving you some homework. Any questions, any of you?
No, sir.
Just a second. Let's try this one. We'll do one last question. And this one will hurry up. Fine? Just a second. Now, Lula, read the question.
Read the following speech given by a fashion designer about the ways in which technology, fashion are working together, and then complete the notes on the opposite page.
Okay, so the word is technology and fashion are working together. Ways in which that's what the question is about. Fine. Before we read this, we'll again look at the question. Now I'm going to hurry up on this. You just have to pay attention in class. Now you have been asked by your teacher to listen to speech and make brief notes. Okay, fine. Now tell me, firstly, I want all of you to rewrite this question in your own words. Now, let's start with Safa. Safa, tell me, what do you think is important in this question? How can you rewrite it? कोई और तरीके से आपको कहना है. First, read it.
Technological clothes already produced.
Okay, what does this mean? Tell me. We have to rewrite this in your own word. Also, Lula, tell me, how can we rewrite this in our own words? Or what do you think is important here?
Technological.
Produced.
Yes, Safa, tell me. Technological and
Cloth produced.
so produced. Already produced. Now this word right here, already produced, means we can rewrite it like technological clothes or clothes. Let's say technological clothes that have been already made. Same thing, but you just don't write it in your own, write it again, but think of it in a different way in your mind. What are they saying? We have to understand what they're asking us. That's one key point. So technological clothes, same thing, but this line over here, already produced, means that have been already made. Okay, so already made, same thing. That's what they're asking us. Now, let's write this as a question. Read the next one, Zara.
Technological clothes being worked on the future.
Now, Niranjana, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How can I rewrite this as a question? Right, in this first one I said, which technological clothes have been already made? I rewrote the point as a question. So I want you to rewrite the second point as a question. Say it to me. Form a question out of this sentence. Zahara and Lula also work on it. Yes, Niranjana.
Sir, can you tell what this is?
Now, what they're asking us here is technological clothes being worked on for the future. So for the future, already produced, and the key word here will be for the future. So which technological clothes are, or let's say, will be made in the future? See, this is what they're asking you. Okay, so being worked on for the future. So what will be made in the future, and what have been already made? Lula, read the two questions.
The before and after, or just like the after?
The after.
Typing, Mrs. Type.
The after only.
Which technological clothes have been already made? Which technological clothes will be made in the future?
Made in the future. Okay. Now the red line is for already made, the purple line is for made in the future. I don't think you can read this properly. Just give me 1 second. Now all of you, can you draw on the screen? Zahra, Safa, which of you can draw on the screen?
But we have to draw.
What you have to do, you have to underline the points. Fine. So all you have to do is underline the points. You have 5 minutes.
Sir,
Take the time and underline anything
see it
important.
properly.
Say that again.
I can't see it properly. Wait.
Now can you see it?
Yeah, now it's better.
Let's start with the first 2 paragraphs. Now all of you have your tries, or all of you are getting a try. Niranjana, Zahra, Safa, and
There's
Lura.
3 points for each, right?
Say that again. You need 3 for each, yes.
2.
3 for each. Now quick, read the 2 paragraphs. Tell me what should I underline. Whoever says first gets a point. Read it and tell me what to underline. So as you're reading, all of you can tell me to underline. Now guys, can you see the timer on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sir.
Okay, I'll start it for you. Let's say now you have only 2 minutes for the first 2 paragraphs. Tell me to, or let's say, yeah, 2 minutes for the first 2 paragraphs. What should I underline?
Sir will underline from the first 2 paragraphs.
Yes.
Sir, can I have a look at questions? I want to see the questions. Yes, sir. Done.
Right, all of you have 0 points right now.
Sir, it's really hard to read. Wait. Okay, so a jacket with a built mini sack player and a remote control into the sleeve. This one.
Okay, say that again 1 more time.
A jacket with a built mini CD player, I think, and a remote control to swing into the sleeve.
Okay, perfect. So you have built-in mini display and remote control into the sleeve. Fine, that.
Also, there is a shoe manufacturing which also have made a chip embedded to the shoes, the ground and underfoot, and accordingly adjust the level of the shock absorption provided by the shoe heel.
Okay, fine. According these points.
Jackets
Now
with
you have to first tell me The first one, Zara, is that already made or in the future?
Already made.
First one is already made. Okay. Lula, what is the second one? Already made or in the future?
Already made.
Okay.
Answer another one, jackets with built-in fans to help their customers to keep cold during the summer.
Built-in fans. I think you guys need it in the exams, I think. Now, what else? Anything else? I only got an answer, so I've gotten 2 from Zara, 1 from Lula. Yes. Tell me, Lula.
Sir, should I say the
Yes, Safa, say.
future of technology in fabric in only few years away?
Okay, future of technology in fiber is only few years ago. Fine. Let's see.
Many companies have already putting fashion and technology together and calling the result wearable technology.
Now we can't underline the whole paragraph, can we? What is important?
No, down. The second paragraph, the starting first 3 lines.
So, okay, this one. Fine. Now, is this already made or future?
This is already made.
Now let's write this one. That must be the future. Now that's for the first paragraph. 4 minutes. Now you get only 2 minutes starting from 4:30 for this paragraph. Start. Safa has 1 point. Zahra, you have 2 points. Niranjana, you have 0 points. Rania, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Now
Yes,
we're
sir.
doing note making. Look at the paragraph and you have to tell me if you find anything important based on these questions.
So
Which
what
technology?
question?
Read the question, yeah.
Technology clothes already produced and technology clothes being worked on for the future.
Now read. Whoever gives a point gets a point. Rania is 0 right now. Niranjana is 0.
Sir, the point about using fabric filled with various metals.
Okay, which line?
Down. It's down. Using fabric, yeah.
Okay. Until where?
It's soft to touch, and we can say until soft to touch.
Okay, soft to touch. Fine. So is this for the future or
Future.
future? So let's make this blue.
Okay, from
Actually, sir, we can take it to temperature because change shape according to the temperature.
Okay. Future. Yes, Lula?
from like these will until the world.
Okay. These will. Future or present?
It's the future.
Now, one thing I need you to stop over here. One thing I need from now on, you cannot have a point more than 2 lines. Is that clear?
Sure,
Okay.
sir.
Now, because in the exam, the maximum length of a point will be 2 lines or even less than a line. You never get points these long. Never. Okay, they're usually this long, this much, or 5 words or 3 words, that
Yes,
much.
sir.
Safa, Zahra, so Rania has gotten, I think, 1 point. Lura has 2 points now.
Sir,
Yes, Safa.
wearable technology will eventually become a basic product, much like blazers.
Okay. Now that's 3 lines. It must be maximum 2 lines. So which part should I remove? The top or the bottom? Or perhaps let's say that's fine. 3 lines, not much. Anything else, Safa?
No, sir.
Now, is this for future or present?
Future.
Future. Okay. Anything else? Zara? This was Lula. This was
Sir,
Safa. This was
they'll be
Rania.
able to keep their legs warm with heating coils attached into the lining.
Okay, able to keep their legs warm with heating coils stitched into the lining. Rania. So you have 2 points. Safa has 2 points. Niranjana, should I remove you from the class? No, she's not here. Okay. Okay. Someone check up on her, and if she's well. Is there anything here? I don't think you can find anything else here. Various experimenting, long sleeved, heat. Okay, let's start from here. Next paragraph. Now for this one, you have only 1 minute. After that, I'll automatically move to the next paragraph.
A point where
Chemical will
this-
be sprayed
yeah,
directly onto
a
the skin to
chemical.
form a cloud of non-move cloth.
Which one? Okay,
The
this one.
second one. Yeah.
That's happening right now, by the way. I think.
Yeah, I saw a video actually. I did see a
Yeah,
video.
it was Hadid, I think. What's her name?
Yes, Gigi Hadid.
Right, Gigi Hadid. All right. Now, anything else? Lula, what were you saying?
I was just going to say the same points.
Same. So, okay, you guys said it together. Zahra, Safa, you're being behind, and Zahra, I can't hear your voice.
Yes, sir.
I need 1 point from you as well. Anything else here?
No, sir, it's not.
Next. Start. These 2 paragraphs, you have only 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Okay, sir.
The timer is right here. I also use this timer to keep track of my time. That's why I say it. Usually you can't say it.
Okay, so a pair of perfectly fitted jeans has been already there in fashion. Perfectly fitted jeans, yeah.
From here?
Sir,
Exact
and the second one, wrinkle resistant sweaters.
and
Okay.
the exact body measurements are scanned and then recorded.
Okay, so now
Air conditioners.
anything else? Yes, Safa.
Air conditioners. Jackets.
Jacket. So Safa, this was Rania, this was Lula, this was Zahra. Now again, future. Zahra, is your point future or present? Or already made?
Already made.
Okay. Now Lula, tell me.
Future?
Future. Okay. Rania. Safa, future or present?
It's present. Present.
Present. Yes, Safa.
For future.
Okay. Future. Now, okay, so Zahra got 1 more point. Rania got 1 more point. Lula, okay, so 3 all of you. Well, that's a tie, actually. But I think Zahra, Lula also gave point here. So you guys have 4. 1 ahead. Now, quickly, we have green and blue points. You have to choose only 3. So tell me which of these points are you choosing? for the first question, already made. Now, what are you choosing?
Wrinkled resistant
Okay,
sweater.
okay, what else? One done. I need two more from all of you. What do you think is most important? A design running shoe with embedded microchip, or already created perfectly fitted jeans, or
Jackets
built-in
with
mini disc?
built-in fans.
Where is it? Built-in
There's
fans.
remote control with into sleeves. Too.
Okay, remote control sleeves. Where is it? This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so we get 3 points. Fine. Now I always want you to have at least 4 points. So I need one more. Choose.
Already created perfectly set of jeans.
Exact body measurements, scanned and then recorded.
That's for the future. I'm asking for already made. Right, Lula?
Oh, for already made. Okay.
Yeah.
Able
We
to
have
keep
4
their
points.
legs warm with heating.
Okay, where is it? This one? Able to keep legs warm with the heating. Which one is it?
Okay, that's down blue. Okay.
That's for future as well, right? I think. Now we have 3 points. How do we rewrite it? Built-in mini display and a remote controls soon into the sleeve. So what we'll do is we underline this. We'll write this in a sec. Actually, we can write this as it is. Jackets with built-in fans. We can write that as it is as well. Perfectly fitted jeans. We can do that. Okay, we can write all of these. Perfect. Now we don't have to rewrite it. Now, but perhaps if sometimes it's very long, you have to make it shorter. Right now, I don't think so. Next, for the future, tell me, which 3 points are the most important you find from the blue?
Exact body
Can we-
measurement, scanned and then
Sir,
recorded.
actually, for the part which me and Lula answered, isn't it considered as like present?
Well, I didn't read the question, so it's your job. Tell me. Samadhi is even more amazing. One of the proposed dishes, which will be allowed to create the chemical which can then be started.
Oh, okay, that's for future when
Proposed.
it's written.
Proposed.
Yeah.
Okay. Proposed means to let's say make something in the future, something to suggest.
Yeah,
It's like a suggestion.
Okay.
So exact body measurements are done. What else? Quick.
Able to keep their legs warm.
Okay, able to keep the legs warm with a heating coil stitched into the lining. Okay, what else?
Producing clothing that is soft to touch and change shape according to the temperature.
Change shape. Okay, soft to touch and
Change shape according to temperature.
temperature. Fine. Now, Zahra, choose one from the remaining. We have 3. I need one more
So
for future.
okay, so which will So the one this will be designer studio blooming around the world. Or
This one?
became a product. No, down there. Okay, that one is good for point. Yeah, the one before you have choose. Yeah, this one.
Okay. Now let's write it down. How do we write it? The first point, we know the first ones are correct. Let's just look at the answers now. Now, how to write it is not a big problem, but I think it depends on how you're writing. So I'll give you homework, and in your homework, I'll check your homework and I'll give you suggestions for each of you separately, because everyone has a different writing style. Everyone needs different suggestions. That I can only do that at your homework. Now let's check the answers. For technology clothes already produced, we have done the mini disc. Have we chosen this? Mini disc. Okay, that's correct. 1 mark. Jacket with built-in fans. Done that. Shoe with embedded microchip. We didn't choose it though. What did we choose? Perfectly fitted jeans. Well, Sahara, that's your
Good.
point. Yes, Safa. Safa, you're saying something? Tell me.
No, sir. Actually, I'm the one who spoke. I was saying we did.
We did that, right? Now from here, trousers with heating coils. Keep your legs warm. Okay, we have done that. Change the shape. That done that. Spray on dress, made from chemical formula. Dhara, you said that. We
Yes.
done that. Everything is done.
Mhm.
So not the most difficult question, but you will lose marks in this. I can guarantee that in the exam. So the only way is practice and ask for individual suggestions. I cannot help you on generally, right? Everyone has a different writing style. Individual suggestions. They will do that in tests. Yeah, fine. Now, guys, can you check what next class do you have? Today.
ICT.
ICT. Okay. Now, who's taking ICT here? Lula, are you taking ICT?
No, I don't think ICT here.
Okay. Safa? You're not.
No, sir.
Okay, now that's all for now. Okay. Can someone recap? Lula, recap what have you studied?
We have learned how to organize in like once we have a reading and organize everything according to time, and then underline the keywords,
Okay. Okay.
and then to
Safa,
be
what
quick
else?
with everything.
Quick with everything. Safa, what else have we learned? What have you learned in this class?
Yeah. Identify a keywords.
Identifying the keywords and managing the time and
Organizing points.
organizing points. Fine. Well, now that's all for today. That is the main thing here. 15 minutes, please. Keep this in your mind. Not more than 15 minutes. You can take a clock with you in the exam. If it's more than 15 minutes, you should know that you're losing time from other questions. You don't have extra time, so if you spend more time on here, you're losing time on the other question. That's all for today. Yes, Rania?
For the second class, can we take either bio or chemistry since we have tests?
Okay, yeah. Okay. So since you have tests.
Yeah, it's assessment.
Just a second then. Let me look at your timetable. You have I don't think that will be possible, not today. Because we'll quite behind on the ICT syllabus. Fine, Rania? We have to finish the ICT syllabus
Okay,
as well.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right. And that's all for today. The rest of you join on time for the next class. All right. Lula, can you hear me?
Yes.
Now, I forgot to mention, Diana didn't join. Will
No,
she be
she was
joining?
sitting with me today. She was sitting here listening.
All right. So you should tell me. So is she here right now?
Yes.
Diana, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Now you have to take part in the class as well. I had no clue. So let me introduce myself. I am Mohammed Shahid Akhtar. I'll be your tutor. I am studying at the University of Edinburgh. I am studying electronics and computer science. I got all A stars in A levels and computer and IGCSE. Tell me a bit about yourself.
My name is Diana. I'm 15 years old, and yeah.
That's about it. What are your hobbies?
I have no hobbies.
No hobbies. There should be something. Reading, football. Not really football. I
Cooking.
don't think that. Cooking. Yeah, I like cooking as well. That's one of my common things I would say with you. Now, from the next class, I want you to join with a different device. Is that clear?
Okay.
All of you now, and also a laptop, that would be better, or a computer. Now, who is joining with a mobile phone right now? All four of you, or five of you? Lula, Diana, are you joining with a mobile phone or a computer?
With the mobile.
Rania,
But I think from the next class we'll start with the laptop.
Safa, Zara. Say that again, louder.
Mobile. Actually, my laptop charger was low, so yeah.
What happened?
The charger was low.
Charger was low. Now, next class, nobody is allowed to take my class with a mobile phone. So unless there is some a circumstance, Otherwise, if you have a laptop or a computer, you're not allowed to join with a mobile phone. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And download the Zoom software because you have to draw on the screen. There's no possibility of drawing with only mobile phone. So download Zoom on your computer. That's all for now. I hope you learned something today. I hope I was able to help you. We'll have more classes like this, more important class. This was not actually an important class, I would say. There are more key topics like article review, which are something we have to make a lot more progress on. That's all for now. Take care. Goodbye. Ma salama. Allah Hafiz.
Bye, sir.